What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to review Power, Book 4, Season 2, Episode 2. So if you haven't seen Power, Book 4, Season 2, Episode 2, turn this video off right now. Go watch the episode, come back and watch this video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It's a simple and free way to support my channel. Literally takes less than 4 seconds. So if you're spending 4 seconds watching this video right now, you can definitely hit that like button and hit the subscribe button because I don't only review Power. I also review other shows like The Chi and Real Housewives of Atlanta, which I just finished doing. And I'm also not a public speaker, so I will tend to stutter. I'm going to pause to regain my thoughts. Definitely going to look at my notes that I take throughout the show. Definitely going to hit so 1,000 times. It is what it is. See. What else? Yeah, say like and subscribe. Oh, yeah. Anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. These are my thoughts and expressions, my opinions. No one's paying me to be biased. No one's paying me to be towards or against all that good, bad stuff, whatever. And, yeah, I got my big water bottle right here. Cool beans. And, yeah, I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. I'm not gonna lie, I can't really remember that much. I'm glad I wrote a lot of notes for this episode because I really can't remember that much what happened. But I start remember as I talk about it. I know there was a couple of sex scenes in this job. I was like, okay, sex. Maybe I can't give it no more than a B minus just because it wasn't memorable for me. So the fact that it wasn't memorable, I can't give it that high of a grade. But it's still a good show. It's what's her name? The Lady Kemp and 50 Cent. It's Tommy. Cancel Christmas, you know. So we get so last chance if you haven't seen Power, Book 4, Force, Season 2, Episode 2. Turn this video off right now because I'm about to spoil the entire episode. Oh, let me get my J sparked before I start talking and just burning it. Wait. I didn't realize how annoying these little snap lighters are until I got one. Okay, so as we know, at the end of the last episode, Tommy smoked Chewy. Oh, excuse me. So the cops, they out there dealing with Chewy's body. So they got this lead lieutenant. I can't remember if they said his name in this movie. This episode. I can't remember. But he's apparently dating the one that's trying to get this task force off the ground for Tommy. The one that plays Dre on The Chi. But she a cop on here. So they're dealing with Chewy's body. The lead detective guy, he comes over there. He already know. He seems to be hip about the street stuff. So he already know Chewy being a kilt is gonna be a problem. So he goes to pays off some homeless man for some info. The homeless man tells him Chewy switch sides. He ain't with Diamond no more. He switched sides to Janarda now. So Tommy, he interrupts. Damn, did I just drop the cherry? Oh, it's still in there. So Tommy comes, interrupts Diamond blowing some girl back out. So he tells him, I handled the Chewy situation. Diamond's like, oh, Tommy, what you doing? Like, why would you make a move without me? You know you just started a war. Tommy's like, we can't just be letting niggas do what they want. But you know, he said dudes. We just can't be letting dudes do what they want. Gonna make us look weak. And I'm like, at the same time, what you think Jannar gonna do when he find out Chewy dead? He can't look weak neither. So Diamond's like, it's always another way to handle things. And He was like, it's always other ways to handle things. He said if Tommy don't understand that, then maybe they shouldn't be doing business together. Yeah, he said the partnership ain't gonna work out. Says Tommy need to just focus on the money and less on like vengeance. I was like, have you met Tommy? Vengeance is like his middle name. The fuck? I got my iPad on the charger. I had a feeling it was gonna do that. Hopefully it don't keep doing that. I tried to turn the screen upside down, but hopefully it don't keep tilting. If it do, I'm gonna just have to unplug it. But it's on 41%. I don't know how long I'm gonna be talking. So anyway. So he like, so you know, he telling Tommy you need to stop focusing on vengeance. He's like, if we do everything your way, we won't be alive to spend all this money that we making. Tommy's like, my old partner used to say stuff just like that. So I see Tommy seeing similarities in Diamond and Ghost. How level-headed they are and stuff like that. But Diamond ain't too much like Ghost. They're gonna got a PO and shit. So Tommy's like, I get what you're saying, but Chewie had to die. So Janard tells his crew, Chewie dead. Tommy did it. It's on site with Tommy. We slide on Tommy. Basically, it's war, basically. They don't say nothing about Diamond. I think they're just after Tommy. So Tommy pops up on Vic. I think Vic was at a bar or something. So he's like, why you still working for your father? So Vic like, I'm not. So Tommy asks, like, what's Claudia doing these days? So Vic like, me and Claudia, we doing our own thing. So Tommy was like, well, you should start your own operation. He's like, or you could come work for me with CBI. Vic was like, nah, I'm not doing that. So Tommy asks Vic, who killed Liliana? Vic was like, I can't help you. Tommy was like, I know it was somebody in the Flint organization. He was like, I'm going to bury whoever did it. He was like, I'm going to bury it under this property, under the lake. That's where they was at. Vic told him something. If I hear anything, I'll let you know. He know his sister did it. I mean, I get it. That's his sister. Even though they having their issues. So as Tommy walking away, Vic's like, ooh, see, I told y'all I'd be stuttering. So as Tommy walking away, Vic's like, hey, do you know who outed Dahlia? Like, who put the formula all over the internet and stuff? So Tommy used his answer right back on him. Like, if I hear anything, I'll let you know. Head ass. Like, nigga, you ain't being straight with me. Then what makes them be straight with you? So Walter and Paulie, they sitting down with some dude. The dude's name is Michael. Basically, all in all, he wants them to sell a bad batch of opioids. Basically, a lethal batch. And you know, Walter, he pressed for money so he could pay Brendan Doyle, the Dublin boys. So he like, oh yeah, I will do it. He tells Paulie we gonna push him through the south side. This racist son of a bitch. So Paulie like, are you gonna need help? You're gonna need help from the kids if you want to push them on the south side. I'm like, look at this nigga Paulie trying to get the kids involved. Why? So sex scene, we see Claudia's tits. So she fucking Brendan Doyle, basically trying to get info out of him, cause he's like, what you want? Cause like you ain't just putting out for nothing. So Claudia's like, what kind of deal did my dad make with Dublin? So Doyle's like, I can't tell you that. He was like, all I can say is that if Walter don't make some money soon, it won't be a Flint organization to squabble with. Claudia was like, can they do that? I feel like she be trying to play the dumb woman role, but she actually smart as hell. So Diamond pulls up on Jannar, and I'm just like, how hard is? A couple of episodes ago, y'all was telling y'all soldiers that y'all could they could kill y'all could kill each other. Jannar was telling his soldiers y'all could, it's on site with Diamond, y'all could kill Diamond. Diamond was telling his soldiers I don't fuck with Jannar. But then this nigga pulls up on Jannar. All this guys there and shit, he don't want to see you. I'm just like, how y'all supposed to be beefing, but it's so easy for you to just pull up. And none of his soldiers take you down. Either way, they search him though. They do search Diamond. So one of Jannar's little soldiers named Lil K, he tells Diamond, "Oh, you tell your man Tommy I got a bullet with his name on it, like I'm coming for him." So Diamond goes in to Jannar, tells Jannar, "Look, if you make a move on Tommy, I ain't gonna be able to stop what Tommy does." So Jannar just like so Diamond brings up like the betrayal, like you sent them niggas to the barbershop and I told you I was in there. And you Tommy don't even know you the one that got D-Mac shot, even though Tommy knows. You the one that shot D-Mac. So then Jannar's like, you the one, you sent the Serbs my way. I'm like, you kind of sent them your own way by promising them territory that you wasn't even sure they was gonna get. How you gonna promise them some territory but not check on it and make sure it was secure for them? Talking about sent the Serbs his way. No, they just stood their ground, and then they came back to your ass because your goofy ass the one made the deal. Diamond telling you, no, don't start a war you won't win. It is low key crazy how Diamond siding with Tommy, but at the same time, Tommy know money, and he know good business. He know how to do business, and Jannar reckless, and that's what Diamond didn't like, cause he just got home. He ain't trying to be that reckless, but he's still trying to make that money, you know. So Walter pulls up on Victor, telling him like, I'm gonna need you to come back home to the business. I need you to sell these pills on the south side. So this is when Vic tells Walter, Tommy and Diamond business booming. Walter's like, but it's a void in Jannar's business, and that's what we gonna feel. That's the void we gonna feel. Walter was like, when are you gonna see the bigger picture to Victor? And Victor was like, well, ask Claudia to do it. Walter was like, if I wanted to work with Claudia, I would. Yeah, he was like, I would. He was like, I want to work with you, my son. So Vic was like, Claudia is better suited since she created Dahlia, and her and Tommy put it out on the streets. I didn't even realize Walter didn't know that. So Vic was hipping him in that moment, was telling him in that moment. So Walter was like, I got other plans for Claudia. And Victor was like, what's so important about us working together? Walter was like, you're my son. And Victor was like, what makes you think Tommy and Diamond is going to let us move in on their turf? So Walter was like, we're just going to go, what did he say? He's like, going to paint his flag with Jannard's guys, and they going to fall in line. And then he going to kill Tommy and Diamond. So Vic's like, nah, I'm not with it. He was like, you need a pawn, and I'm not it. I was like, he need a pawn more than you know. Because once them drugs hit the street and start killing motherfuckers. So Diamond's P.O. pops up on him at the barbershop. Luckily, he ain't doing nothing. He just there cutting hair. Tommy comes in talking about, I got an urgent appointment. You know, Diamond trying to like, not right now. So the PO pulls out a cup, tells Diamond, you need a random urine sample. Diamond goes in the bathroom and texts Tommy and was like, you gonna have to go to the re-up alone because this is my PO right here. So surprisingly, Jannard tells his guys he like press pause on the Tommy thing, right, for right now. They not feeling it. Lil K like, fuck this, walks off. I don't put it past Lil K to go. What he did, yeah. He did. Now I'm starting to remember, yeah. And then Jannard get a text from Miguel, like, make sure I get my payment on time, nigga. So Walter goes to see Claudia next, since Victor declined, saying, I want you to move the pills for me. Claudia like, why this big opportunity now? So Walter was like, well, Victor told me about your whole Dahlia situation, and I want you in the driver's seat this time for this deal. He was like, I also want Victor involved, so talk to your brother to see and get him to come around. Claudia was like, this work isn't good for Victor. She was like, well, I'll talk to him. She don't think Victor's built for it. So Tommy comes to re-up. And it's a dude there. He like, what's up from Julio from Queens. I was like, oh, snap, Julio, who also plays on Manifest. I was like, okay, Julio. They brought up Julio from New York. It was like, Julio from Queens says, what's up? So as Miguel's coming out, Tommy there, niggas pull up, start blasting, everybody starts shooting. A couple of Miguel's guys get hit, Tommy gets hit. They pull Tommy inside. So then they finally reveal her name on here. Her name is Stacy Dre from the Shy. On here, she's a cop named Stacy, detective, whatever. So she tells her team, like, they didn't approve the task force. She was trying to get the Tommy Egan task force approved. One of her guys was suggesting, like, I could reach out to the mayor and possibly could reach Washington. And Stacy was like, no, I got my own people there. Don't do it. So Miguel, he talking to one of his guys. He didn't got the scoop on Tommy. He's telling him, like, Tommy lost everything in New York. And Miguel's compadre's like, he's saying, a guy who has nothing to lose, that's a dangerous man. Miguel was like, also a valuable man. So then there's two guys outside of the room where Tommy's sitting at. And they talking about a drop time for a delivery for some weight. And at first I was like, I wonder if, like, because I was like, the way they made that scene, it was like it was supposed to be for Tommy to hear them, which he did. So he heard what's going on. So of course Miguel's sister Maria is a nurse, so she's stitching up Tommy. You know, Tommy got a thing for her, so he flirting. She was like, she telling him, if you knew what was good for you, you would stay away from me. So Tommy's leaving. Miguel's walking him out. Miguel's like, your help didn't go unnoticed. He was like, those Serbs gonna pay. So Tommy was like, what's your beef with the Serbs? Over territory? Miguel was like, everything is. But you know, he told Diamond last episode the beef is about the pipelines. They share opposing pipelines. So Miguel was like, how your people know Julio from New York? Miguel was like, I got eyes and ears everywhere, shorty. So Miguel's grandma approaches. And I ain't thinking of it at first, but of course, she must be like La Heifer. Tommy was like, that's a nice whip you got. She ain't trying to hear him. She ignoring Tommy walking past his ass. Probably wondering, well, definitely was wondering who he was. So Claudia pops up at Vic at a bar. You know, he's still getting drunk off his ass, doing wild stuff. So she tells Vic that, Walter got this deal with Dublin. If he don't hold up his end, our family legacy is fucked, basically. So Victor was like, how do you know all this? He just like flat out assumed and got it and hit it on the nose that she fucked Brendan Doyle for this info. So Claudia, she says, I'm gonna help Victor. I'm gonna help Walter dad rebuild to protect us. Victor's like, Walter's gonna play you. Yeah, Victor was like, Walter's gonna play you. He was like, that's exactly why I can't work with you, because you just like him. He's setting his own kids up for failure. Like, they gonna be responsible for all them deaths when them pills get pushed out there. So this scene is what makes me think like, okay, grandma might be some type of la heifer. So Miguel's grandmother, she like, who was that white boy? Asking who Tommy is. So Miguel's like, he worked with CBI and he doing a hell of a good job. So Miguel was like, but don't worry, I'll gut him like a fish before I ever put trust in him. So the grandma was like, fucking with Tommy could destroy everything we've built. I'm like, okay. So Miguel was like, well, he saved my life today. So grandma was like, you should be asking why. I was like, that's true, especially since Tommy trying to go over his head to the cartel. So Miguel, he suggests they hit the Serbs back hard for what they just did. And grandma was like, you need to set up a meeting with El Che. And apparently El Che is Miguel's boss. And then she warns Miguel that you keep an eye on that white boy, on Tommy. So Stacy goes to someone she knows in the Department of Justice named Lori. See if she can get help with help getting the task force approved. So the girl Lori was like, I don't know how much I can help. So Stacy's just like, I wonder why my request was denied in the first place. So Lori was like, the new attorney general has a new agenda that doesn't include undermining community policing. So Stacy's like, how does my task force do that? So Lori was like, well, the civilians start to feel like that they're under surveillance. So Stacy's like, catching Tommy could blow the lid off all the organizations and give us a direct line to the cartel. So I was like, how? When he ain't even met the cartel yet. But I mean, that's what he planned. That's what Tommy planned to do. So the cartel got Lori's attention. She's like, if you can prove that Tommy is working directly with the cartel and get the support of Chicago Police Department, then I may be able to convince the Attorney General to approve the task force. And I was like, that's a lot of stuff to ask for before you even get the task force approved. And then we found out later in the episode that she already filed a civil rights lawsuit against the police department. So they're not really fucking with Stacy right now. So Lil K, he had, the girl Shanti that Janara fucking, he had her gym Lil K, he did boxing, complaining about Jannard to Shanti. You know that's her man. She ain't really going for the complaining. This is when Tommy comes up with his master plan. I mean, him and Ghostin did this on multiple occasions. Did hits to make it look like it's somebody else. So he comes up with this master plan. Like, we need to capitalize off this Miguel and Serb's beef. So Diamond was like, well, you know, you saw my PO, so if we're going to do something, it got to be a solid plan. I'm just like, nigga, what? I thought he was going to say, well, you saw my PO, so I got to lay low. This nigga said, we do it, got to be a solid. This nigga Diamond just out here. But I mean, hey, if it's PO unaware, get your money. So Diamond like, if we're going to go through with this, we need a solid plan. This is when Tommy... Oh, I'm trying not to cough. My throat burning. Ooh, back to life. Back to... I feel back to life now. That's all I needed. Was that swig. So, let me see. So this is when Tommy tells Diamond that he overheard Miguel's guys talking about a drop. So he was like, they won't even see us coming. Diamond was like, what does that mean? I'm pretty sure everybody watching knew what that meant before Diamond did. So this nigga Victor is still drunk out his ass. He stumbles in some liquor convenience store, drinking out the bottle. Some random girl walks up to Vic. You want a blowjob? Victor's like, who doesn't want a blowjob? Takes him in the back, starts giving him head. The store owner banging on the door, like, I know what you're doing in there, nasty. Come out, come out. Victor comes out, pointing the gun at the damn store owner. Has him empty the register out. Gives the girl $50 to keep the rest. I was like, really, Victor? You robbing liquor stores? So immediately after, he gets pulled over by the police. They tell him get out the car because he obviously drunk. He's like, you know who I am? My name is Victor. What's their last name on here? What the fuck is their last names on here? Damn, what is their names? Flynn. I'm Victor Flynn. So he like, what you guys want? Money? Tries to reach for his money. They tase him and arrest him. But let that would have been Diamond or Jannard, they'd have been dead. Just saying. So this is when we meet El Che, who seems to be over Miguel. Oh, I think he the direct line to the cartel. I think somebody said that. Somebody said that in this episode. I can't remember who. So Miguel's sitting down with El Che, telling them about the Serb hit. Suggests they retaliate hard, like he was telling his grandmother. So El Che like, nope, we won't retaliate because it would just disrupt a major pipeline. He said that Miguel and his men can't feel. So Miguel's like, with all due respect, like, this can't go unanswered. So El Che was like, yes, it will. He was like, it will go unanswered. He was like, and I don't like being questioned or my money being played with. He was like, and if I find out that you made a move against the Serbs anyway, I'm gonna have my way with your sister and then take her to Mexico for other men to take turns on her and then slit her throat. And he was like, do you understand? And I was like, okay, now I see who Miguel's boss is. So Miguel was like, yes, but he looked like he wanted to bust that nigga head open, look like. So Milkovich and this man come to see Jannard. I can't remember. Did Milkovich definitely cut his hair, but I can't remember if I know this last episode or this episode. But Milkovich cuts his hair, so I'm like, dang, I liked the ponytail. But anyway, he comes to see Jannard. So Jannard telling them he need a little bit more time to get their territory situated or whatever. So Milkovich was like, okay, until then, you going to start making payments, and they won't stop until I get the territory that was promised to me. So now he got to pay them instead of getting that territory. So now he got to pay them, and he got to pay the Mexicans, Miguel and them. So Jannard signals his soldier to give Milkovich money. Then after the Serbs leave, one of the soldiers like, that money was for Miguel. What you going to do now? So then we get this scene. I was like, what the fuck is this? Female officer. I didn't even recognize her because she was getting her back blown out and she was irrelevant. So the female officer comes in the barbershop, fake arrest Diamond. He like, is there some way we could work this out? And I was like, this role play? So Jannard's telling Shanti, Tommy and Diamond, they beat me to cousin Buddy, and they got Gary on lock. So Shanti's like, well, what you gonna do? And he like, I don't know. So Shanti pulls out an envelope money, gives it to him. He like, oh no, I told you I ain't taking no money from you. She was like, it's a loan. She was like, I'm betting on you, because if you win, I win. So I was like, okay, I guess this is girl now. I was like, okay. So Walter comes, bails Victor out of jail. Walter's like, you're a mess. You just need to return to the family. And Victor's like, it's not that simple. So Walter's like, what you want an apology for what do you want an apology? He was like, for me being a fucked up father. I'm sorry I was a fucked up father. He was like, I apologize for Gloria as well. He was like, I need you, Victor, because I don't have much time left. He's like, I want to leave you a legacy. So Victor's like, okay, I'll do it, but only if Claudia's out. So I'm just like, okay. But we find out later what his whole plan is supposed to be. So he's like, only if Claudia's out. And I was like, why? Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Claudia, but like, that's the only one that's been riding with you, but okay. So Walter's like, okay, Claudia's out. So yes, that Diamond and that cop girl was role play. I'm sorry, but what kind of black man would like that type of role play? Getting locked up? Like, no. They complimenting each other's skills. When you learn that, you didn't used to do that. The woman snorting the cops snorting coke. Like, you want some? Diamond's like, I ain't fucking with that. So Tommy texts Diamond, we on for the plan, 2 p.m. So the plan starts. Tommy and Diamond and another one of their niggas, they go roll up on some Serbs, smoke them, put them in their car. Tommy's like, part one of the job done. So now Miguel's guys, they sitting in the parking garage, waiting for the exchange or whatever. Shooting starts. Everybody's shooting. And Diamond and Tommy and them masked up. So Diamond goes for the product. Tommy takes Miguel's guys out. One of Miguel's guys saw Tommy because Tommy took his mask off like a nut ass, but he knew he was about to die, so he was like, you know what this means, right? So Claudia comes at Walter, she filming like, she's gonna kick me off the project like that? How could you reward Victor after he robbed a convenience store? So Walter was like, Victor's having a hard time, so just cut him some slack. Claudia was like, he don't have the balls for this. And Walter was like, you don't have the ball for this. She was like, he was like, you're no man and you never will be. Claudia was like, I don't have no desire to be a man. I just want what's mine. She was like, she kills for this family, and all she does is get spit on. She's like, I guess it's my fault for keep falling for it. Yes. You should be happy that Victor's taking this. Because once y'all see what the fallout gonna be, you gonna be happy that you didn't take it. But it's still, I mean, it's still her family, but be happy. I just say be happy right now that you didn't take this deal. Sorry, I'm looking at my stitches. I had surgery a couple weeks ago. I just keep looking at them, touching them. I shouldn't be. So, Miguel and his men, they rolled up to where his other man was supposed to be doing the drop at. They find their men dead and the product gone. Miguel pulls the mask off one of the dudes, and it's one of the Serbs that Tommy and Diamond and them killed earlier. Too bad they not like CSI detectives or something. Crime scene. Because they would have noticed that them niggas been dead. But they just gangsters, so they just assume they died. Same time as them niggas, as they mans, the Mexicans. So, yeah, Miguel pulls the mask off. It's one of the Serbs Tommy and Diamond killed and kidnapped earlier. So if you ain't known by now, of course, it's verifying they set the Serbs up. So, you know, Miguel's like the Serbs dead. So Diamond's like, all this death bother you? Because Tommy's like, we just did that. So Tommy's like, I ain't afraid to die. He's like, this is the life I signed up for, and I ain't never killed nobody that didn't deserve it. So Diamond's like, is it all worth it? Tommy was like, when we get to the top, it will. You know, Tommy is money hungry and like the vengeance. He like the thrill of all that shit. He like all of it. And that's what Ghost couldn't really get with. Diamond seems like that type of nigga too. So Diamond's like, well, Miguel just ain't gonna invite us to the table. He's like, it ain't gonna be easy to connect to the cartel, and talks about El Che. Yeah, that was who said something. Diamond said El Che is like to connect to the cartel. So Tommy like, just let me worry about that. In the meantime, just let the Serbs and the Mexicans fight it out, and then we just gonna slide in when no one's looking. He was like, now we just gotta figure out how to move Miguel's weight. Yeah, how you gonna do that? So Janari, he thanking Shanti like, ain't nobody ever looked out for me like that. It's like, I hate being under Miguel's leash. She's like, I got you. You ain't gonna be under this leash long. She's like, me and my crew gonna always ride for you. This when Shanti tells him like, your niggas is your soldiers is doubting you. Like, they don't trust you. You gotta get your shit together. Because Lil K was talking about him to her. So this is when we find out Victor's master plan. So he had Gloria's gravesite rambling. You know, I'm back working with my dad. It's not what you think, though. I know you've been watching me and thinking that I'm going to let you down. But this time, what do you say? But this time my loyalty is to you. So he was like, I'm going to take down my father from the inside. He was like, he would love to go out in a blaze of glory, but I'm not going to give him the satisfaction. He said, I'm going to destroy everything he built. I'm like, nigga, you can get caught up too when them opioids start killing people. He's like, I'm going to rip his heart out because that's what he did to me. I'm just like, oh, Victor. Poor Victor. So Tommy in his car, he eating. Nigga Lil K pull up on him, start shooting. Hits a damn child. I was just like, come on, man. Tommy speeds off unharmed. So then we get this car ride. We find out Stacy is actually fucking the lieutenant from the beginning of the episode that was looking into Chewy's case. So he's telling her about CBI splitting up, and she's like, "That's why I want your team on my task force, because you know stuff on the streets that's happening firsthand, and we be finding out like a week later." So she was like, she had no luck with the superintendent trying to get her task force approved. She asked him she asked the lieutenant dude if he talked with the commander, had luck with his commander or something like that. Because I guess he worked for the Chicago Police Department. And remember, Lori was like, if you can get me the Chicago Police Department on board and proof that Tommy was working with the cartel, then maybe. So this is when he was like, I'm not trying to get in the middle of you and my boss. He was like, I'm already getting enough heat. He was like, after your civil rights investigation into the department. So that's when we find out why they don't fuck with Stacy. So Stacy's like, this could take down the whole drug organization and the cartel. I just need CPD. So the lieutenant dude's like, I can't declare war on CPD, and no, he was like, you can't declare war on CPD and then ask for their help. So Stacy basically on her own. So Lieutenant dude gets the call about the shot child, the little K shot. Tells Stacy, I gotta take you home. He gets there to the scene of the child. Calls Stacy and was like, yeah, child just got shot. Superintendent don't look too happy. He was like, you might actually get your task force after all. And I was like, what does the child getting shot have to do with her task force? Unless they got some pictures or something of Tommy being there at the scene and now they think Tommy's the shooter. That's the only thing I can assume, because I was like, what? But that's how it went off, man. Like I said, would I change my grade now? No, ain't too much happened on this episode. I was just shocked that Diamond actually went to go see Jannard and didn't leave in the body bag. It was weird. But yeah, like I said, I would grade this John. What did I grade this John at the beginning? I'm high. I don't remember. I think it was a B minus. B minus, I guess. B minus. Predictions for episodes to come. Like I said, I guess they must got a picture of Tommy and they assuming he's a shooter, so that's probably why her task force about to get approved. Tommy better watch out. Lil K still gonna be coming for him, and now you got this Tommy Egan task force that they about to create. He better stay away from Maria, because Miguel be gonna be coming for him. But I was surprised to see that Miguel had a boss. I feel like he gonna try to kill El Che. I don't know. He's threatened his sister like that. But the grandmother don't seem like she would be cool with that. I don't know. What's up with the grandmother? It's a lot going on. We ain't see no Kate or no D-Mac this episode. And I guess, yeah, those are my little predictions. Was those predictions? I don't even know. Those are my little tidbits or whatever for episodes to come. Thanks for watching this review. Please like and subscribe to my channel and comment below what you thought of the episode, of what I reviewed, what you would grade the episode. If I forgot anything, if I was off on anything, all that good, bad stuff, comment below. Like and subscribe, because I don't only review Power. Like I said, I just finished reviewing The Chi and Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. So yeah, thanks for watching again. I will see y'all in the next review. Peace.